Let's see. It's been a minute since I've been on here, so I hope you guys are doing well. I haven't been on in like a month. Crazy. Let me see. Um, yeah, it is 10:10 p.m. here, and it is hot actually. I got off of work like an hour ago. Crazy. Let me see if I could change the chat. But how are you guys doing? Okay. Okay. Because I know YouTube now like is restricting certain messages, so I'm trying to like not do that so it won't get filtered out. Because TikTok does that, but I'm like, YouTube starting to do that. It didn't do that before. So, yeah. Oh, you could do a live goal? That's crazy. Let me do this. It's just for fun. You said two. What's up? Wait, where are you guys from, by the way? I'm from California. You don't know where you're from? Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel you. Sometimes I tell people, like, I don't know where I'm from, you guessed. There's some people say I have an accent, but I'm like, I don't think I have an accent. I'm from California, I don't have an accent. So, whew. You're from Israel? Oh, okay. I knew this girl from Israel. Um, you're from Haiti. Oh, okay. Are you actually? Wait, Exeter? Are you? Have I done a reading for you before, like on Instagram? Or no? Because I wanted to ask you if you were that person that they did a reading. They were Haitian, but they lived in back east. Oh, okay, that's not you then. Okay, okay. I always thought, I'm like, wait, is it you? Oh, so you're from actual Haiti. That's cool. What's up, my brother? I said, what's up, my brother? Wait, so are you from Port-au-Prince, or where are you from exactly? Yeah, I had a client that she was also from Haiti, and I thought, oh, wait, was it you? Yeah, I'm from America, yes. Yep. You know, my aunt went to Jamaica and she went to Haiti, because she had a friend that lived there. This was years ago. So, Girani, the Grand Ansi Department. Oh, okay. I don't know where that's at. I gotta look it up. They have a lot of voodoo, huh, in Haiti? Haitian voodoo. Safar Saba, Israel. Oh, okay. You know, we have a lot of Israelis here, and we have Persians in LA. So it's a part of the culture. Yes. Yeah. You know, when I saw the movie The Exorcist, it was the one that came out in like what, 2024, and they went to Haiti. That was when the Haitian earthquake happened and they were doing voodoo, and I was like, interesting. You know what? I'm feeling nice. Oh, okay. Persian people. Exilia Lundi. You know, who I was very drawn to? I was really drawn to Azula Danti. I don't know if that's exactly how you pronounce her name. So, oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Are you subscribed to my channel, or are you? Because I've never seen you before, like in my comments. Sab Trader. Yeah, like right now. Oh, okay. Well, welcome. So I'm seeing your account. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. And you have a great day. I meant, by the way. Please say hi to my big brother, big fan. No, Holden. I know what you're trying to do. Yes, I'm a subscriber. Yes. Yeah, you've been sub to me for a minute. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I want to go back to how I was doing my videos before because I feel like people prefer that more. It's just my work schedule has been so busy, and I'm like, I just don't have time to do because it takes a lot to just, I have to edit it and I have to do all this, but it is worth it. I just have to get back in that routine of doing that, you know? But alrighty, have a great day. You know, I actually knew this one girl from Haiti too. I used to volunteer at this when I was in freshman college. I used to volunteer at this. It was like a shelter kind of, but it was like a kind of like a shelter for like youth and young adults. And there was this girl from Haiti that was there, and she actually left Haiti because of the earthquake in 2011. And I remember she told me the story. Like she said that when it happened, she was like a little girl, and that she wasn't little, but she was like, you know, she was like a kid. And she said how she was walking and she was walking past mountains and there was people that were, you know, not alive. I was like, wow. You know, I really want to go to Jamaica, Haiti, and the Bahamas. That's something I want to do. But with all the plane crashes, I'm just like, I don't know. Yeah, she told me the story, and I felt like, and she was getting emotional. Like, you know, it was understandable, but yeah, yeah, very traumatic experience. What time is it over there, though, in Haiti? Here it's 10:23. My own TV show. That's funny. You know, when I was a kid, I almost was on a show, but because of like my age, I wasn't sorry about that. Because of my age, I wasn't able to like get on the show because I was 14 and you had to be 15. It was a weird. It was a Disney Channel show, but it was just to be in the like the background, like one of the random people. But I had to be 15, and I was 14, and they're like, "Oh, you have to be 15," and I had just turned 14, so I would have had to wait a year. And of course, they were not going to wait a year. So, oh, y'all are behind us. Wait, yeah, that's crazy. I really think if I was younger, I would have been on probably World's Strictest Parents because I feel like I would have been that rebellious teenager or some type of reality show. I know. But I would have liked to have done it, like done a show when I was younger. To like start like, yeah, I was on this show first and then I started this show. Like because some people call YouTube, they call that a show. And I'm like, that's a show. I don't look at it as a show. Like, I don't know. Like I was seeing this beauty live streamer and she was talking. She's like, yeah, welcome to my show. And then it's like, but she had no like, it was just like random live stream. I'm like, it's a show? Like, when I think of show, I think of like production, you know, multiple people, or it's just like, it's just a different type of setting, you know, like a studio and all that. So, do you speak Creole, French? Hold on, I'm actually gonna like, give me 1 second, y'all. Wait. So if I say bonjour, kumanu yeah, you know what that means? Hey, what's up? Kim, I need to talk to you. I actually was gonna message you, but I've been so busy. Yo, I've been so busy the last few weeks. I have not even been talking to. I've been talking to people like normal, but not like, you know. Do you speak Spanish too? ¿Tú hablas español o qué? Yep. Bonjour, comment ça you? See, that's what I love about the Caribbean is like one, okay, like you have Haiti, which is right next the same island as the Dominican Republic, right? It's split in half, and Haitians speak French and Dominicans speak Spanish. It's interesting how it's just interesting how like just off across the border of the same island, it's basically they speak the same, well, not the same, different languages. It's just interesting. And I never understood why do Jamaicans, if Jamaicans speak English, their official language is English, why do they have an accent? I know some of them speak like Patois, but even like the most clear sounding Jamaican has that accent a little bit. Well, if you have Instagram, you should follow me on Instagram because that's like the best way to talk, to get in contact with me. And are you a female, right? Exila Lundi. And what's your zodiac sign? Are you like a, let me guess, are you a fire sign or are you fire or water sign? Okay, so you are a water sign. Okay. I am a fish. Oh, so you're a Pisces. I'm like, yeah, you're either a water sign or, yeah. Okay. Are you into like um magic and the occult? See, about with Pisces, like Pisces, I feel are very intuitive. signs. But Pisces men, don't like Pisces men. I think Pisces, but there was this Pisces girl that I knew. You're a spiritualist. Oh, okay. There was this Pisces that I knew, and I'm just like, did not like her. I think Pisces, they're okay. Like, they just sometimes can be very, how do I say it? They're interesting people. You're a spiritualist. Okay, so you're also a reader, you're a healer. That's what's up. I like that. Yeah, Pisces are very spiritual. Like Pisces are like psychic. They're like the most intuitive sign. But let me tell you, some Pisces are crazy. They're just yeah. Yeah, y'all are ruled by Neptune, so that says a lot. But you know what? I feel like Pisces moons are weird. I don't like people that have Pisces moon placements. No, they're strange. Pisces suns, like I said, they could be cool. They're very creative. They're very gifted people, but they could also be very crazy. You probably are more, to be honest, because Pisces are like y'all are like the most intuitive sign out of all signs, especially the water signs. Pisces to me is the most psychic. Then second is Scorpio, third is Cancer. Because Pisces, they could also rule dreams, so you guys could have very strong dreams, premonitions, and all that. But it's also you have to practice because it's like you just have to practice your abilities every day. So it's almost like going to the gym, right? You want to get a certain body, you have to exercise those muscles. So yeah, because I feel like you're naturally gonna have a heightened spiritual ability because you're a Pisces. It's just you need to channel that because I feel like Pisces could go either way. They could either be very spiritual or they could go into delusion and fantasy. And then they can get into substances or they can get into things that cloud their judgment. But good Pisces is very like powerful. My daughter loves your books. My books. Wait, what books? Oh, I was like, you meant to say looks. Oh, I appreciate it. And how old is your daughter? Oh, okay, okay. She's a year older than me. Haiti. Your adopted son. So I am officially your adopted son. So that means if I go to Haiti, I bet you the food is really good. Yes, I mean that's that Pisces. Pisces would say that. You're my son, you're mine now. Like, yeah, Pisces I like. They're funny. Pisces can be funny. Bet you cook good because Caribbean, a lot of Caribbean women cook very good. Like I've tried Jamaican jerk chicken and the banana plantains is so good. But I don't know what they cook in Haiti. I don't know what kind of food they cook, but I'm sure it's good. Oh, okay. Have you ever been to like other countries? Like, have you been to United States? Have you been to other islands? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I'm like, I feel like you've been outside of like you've been other places. Okay. Trying to think of like, So see, I like the thing is I was born in Mexico, came here when I was 5. I've been to other states, like I've been to Arizona, Tennessee, New York, Washington D.C., New Jersey, because I used to have my aunt used to live there before she moved back to Mexico. Let me see. Yeah, I've been pretty much back east, Philadelphia, Connecticut. My favorite state though was I've also been to Hawaii too when I was little, Hawaii. I don't really remember Hawaii though. Not too much. I can remember like little parts of it, but I don't really remember it vividly. Like I remember New York vividly when I went to New York City. Yeah, it is very good. And you know what's funny? A lot of people that are American don't know real Mexican food. Like they go to these Mexican restaurants in LA, they have like salsa and beer, Baja Fresh, and they're not authentic they're Americanized Mexican food. Like people think Mexican food is just tacos and burritos, and it's more than that. There's only one place that I really like here that have good Mexican food, but it's like an hour away from me. But you know, American food, I don't really think American food is good. Like I think Americans eat, pancakes are good, but I don't eat breakfast. But I don't like they eat meatloaf, gravy, mashed potatoes. That stuff it's okay. I do like soul food though. I like fried chicken, mac and cheese, and all that. So yeah, Mexican music is pretty good. I like it too. I wish like my eye had more like not that I like like I don't know if this sounds wrong, but like I wish I had more of like a Hispanic audience from Mexico because I would like to speak Spanish like to them. I think that'd be cool. Because I sometimes prefer to speak Spanish than English. I don't really like speaking English a lot. Like when I'm with talking to my father, I speak in Spanish. English, I don't know. I don't like, I think English is not, I don't know. I think things sound better in Spanish. To seek them out. What I have to do is I'd have to make my videos in Spanish, but that'd be too much. Making an English version and a Spanish version, nah. I mean, I like diversity. Don't get me wrong. I like different kind of people, cultures. I know this one person. They're Italian, and when they type, it sounds very similar to Spanish. Like, and I can understand certain words, like grazie is like gracias, grazie. I'm like, oh, So like French to me is beautiful. Like that's why I'm like, oh, I bet you speak beautiful because French. It's just something beautiful about French accents. I'm just like, I don't care what you're telling me. If you speak French, I'm gonna listen to you. Like I don't care if you're saying the dumbest stuff. It sounds good. Like I'm being serious. If a person speaks French to me, I don't care if they're saying something bad. Like it just sounds good. You're really a blessing to the world. I appreciate that. And so are you. I think everyone's a blessing. I know that sounds cheesy, but everybody's a blessing. You're welcome. Mm. So do you just have a daughter? Let me see. Oh, okay. You have two daughters. Okay. That's nice. Yeah, I'm an only child. Was I spoiled as a kid? Yeah, I was. I was always more of a, like, they say, oh, how they say, oh, the sons are more closer to the mom, like a mommy's boy. I was more of a daddy's boy. I wasn't really like, my dad was more like hands on with me. Like my dad was more like, my dad works, but my dad would, like, when I was a kid, he used to like, he would like cook for me. He was more like he was kind of like the mom and the dad. My dad was more hands on with me. Um, my mom, I had a good relationship with both my parents. I didn't have a bad relationship. I just felt more closer to my father. Even to this day, I'm feeling I have a better, closer connection to my father. But yeah, I was spoiled. Yeah. I didn't, like I said, I traveled, I got everything I wanted. Like I didn't have a really bad life growing up. My mom, my mom is, My mom was very like religious, but my mom used to know things. Like she knew like mom, you couldn't lie to my mom. My mom always knew something. My mom would even get these weird thoughts. Like I remember one time my mom was I used to have a dog and she passed away like in 2024 because she was old. She was like already like 16, 17 years old. We got her when she was like 4. And I remember one time my mom was like, she's like, oh, because I used to take her outside. She's like, oh, make sure that Bella, make sure you cover this little thing. Because we used to have like this little drainage thing where like it'd be water would go into it. It was like a little like circle thing. And she had told me just to be careful. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm like, I always take her outside in the backyard. She's like, she's okay. Like, what do you mean? So she said this randomly. And I'm like, okay, right. So then like the next day, I was like walking my dog in the backyard and then my dog accidentally slipped in the little drain thing. It wasn't deep. I got her out. It was like nothing crazy happened, but I was like, that was weird that she said that because I was like, I covered it up, but she still managed to go through the thing and she fell in there and I had to get her out. But I was like, that was random. I remember too a story when I was what other story do I have? Oh, no. She wasn't hurt. She was okay. No, the water it wasn't like deep water. It was like a little pond thing, and she fell in, but I caught her right away. Um. Oh, there was another story time when I remember my mom. Basically, my mother was dating this guy in high school. Long story short, they ended up breaking up in high school. It was a short term connection, but he always had love for her even after high school. But anyway, he died when he was, after high school. He died. He actually died of a drug overdose. And I remember my mom telling me she would have dreams of him. He would come to her and she would be like, and she didn't know that he had died. So she was like, why am I dreaming of him? And then she found out that he had died because he died of an overdose. Anyways, long story short, I remember when I could tell you I was 6 years old. And I remember my bed, specifically my bedroom, my bed, the bed stand broke. So I didn't have a bed. So I actually had to sleep in the same bed as my mom for like a week when I was 6 years old. And I remember we were talking about scary stories. My mom ended up telling me that story of the guy. His name was Harold. And she told me, yeah, like she told me he came to her in her dream and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, long story short, we go to sleep, right? So we go to sleep. And the next day I wake up. Okay, now this is what tripped me the fuck out because, excuse my French, I woke up and literally there was a picture face down on the floor on my side of the bed. When I flipped over the picture, it was him because I saw the picture and it had his name on it. And the drawer on the side I was sleeping in the bed was open. And I told my mom, I'm like, are you like, did you do this? Like, are you fucking with me? I didn't say that to her, but at the time I was like, did you like, are you pranking me or something? Did you do this? She's like, she would got scared because she's like, no, I didn't even remember that picture. She's like, I forgot I even had that photo. So that was scary because literally that when I woke up, I could tell you the picture was face down on the floor. When I flipped over the photo, it was his picture and it had his name on it. And I woke up my mom like, did you do this? She's like, oh, she got scared. She's like, no, what? I didn't do that. That was scary. Um, yeah, because that's creepy that means that some entity opened up the cabinet, put the picture face down. I'm sorry, the drawer, as we were both sleeping. So that means that this happened on my side of the bed. Crazy. And I tell that story. That's not a lie. That's the truth. I could tell you exactly. The photo was like face down. It was like closer to the wall. I could tell you exactly where. Like, I'm not lying about the story. It's a true story. Yeah. And I thought I thought she did that. I'm like, did you do this? Like, are you trying to scare me? She was like, what? She's like, and I know my mom wasn't lying because her reaction was very like, she got scared. She was like, no. She's like, what do you mean? And then she was like, I told her, why is the photo here? She's like, oh my gosh, like, I don't even know that I thought I lost that photo. Like, I could have never find that photo. I didn't even know I had that photo anymore. Never talked about him ever again. Yeah, no, it was creepy because that means that why like what are the odds? We're talking about a dead person, right? Oh, let me tell you another story. Okay. So this was kind of a similar story but creepy. So back in 2024, long story short, back in 2024, I was staying with one of my house was being reconstructed, and basically I was staying with my uncle. Long story short, all of a sudden I started thinking about one of my classmates from high school, right? And I'm like, why am I thinking about this person? I was never really close to this guy. When I looked him up on Facebook, he had passed away a few years prior. I think he passed away in 2021. Yeah, in 2021, it was around New Year's. And it was weird because I'm like, why am I thinking about him? I'm like, there's no reason for me to think about him, right? And then I remember we did talk a few times on Facebook, but it wasn't like anything serious. But I did remember that he did give me his number because I remember the area code. Long story short, he came to my mind, right? I was thinking about him almost every day. And I'm like, why am I thinking about this guy? I'm like, we were not really close. Like, we barely spoke. He was actually going to get married to this girl, and he was in the army too. So, long story short, I started getting these weird phone calls. They would call me every day. I would pick up. They wouldn't say anything. I'd be hello, hello. They would hang up, and then when I would try to call them back, the line would it was almost like the number didn't exist. Now the area code, how I figured this out was because I'm like, okay, why am I thinking of this guy? I'm starting to get phone calls. No one's answering. I looked up the area code. I went back to the messages because something told me to. That's why I tell people, listen to your intuition. It doesn't matter even if it doesn't make sense. in the physical sense, you got to listen to your intuition. So I looked back at the messages, and the same area code that he had, that number was calling me on. They were calling me for about 6 months straight. And I got readings on it, and one person was saying, "No, this person doesn't know you." I'm like, okay, why would this number call me if they didn't know me? And then another reader was like, "Yeah, you know how some readers say one says this, one says that." That's why I stopped going to tarot readers. I only go to one reader now because I just feel like tarot readers a lot of times, I don't know, it's another story. But anyways, I started to go live on TikTok, and when I would go live too, they would always call me. So I had one of my friends, I'm like, "Hey, can you call this number for me?" And she did, and the same thing. She called, it was like there was no ring. It's almost like the call would just drop. And then what happened was I was getting creeped out because they would always call me. And nobody would say anything. And I'm like, bruh, this for 6 months, you're telling me that this is someone that obviously knows me. And then long story short, I was like, you know what? Let me just pray. Let me just pray for him. Let me pray for Julio. His name was Julio. I'm like, let me say a prayer for Julio. So I prayed one night. I was like, you know what, Julio, if you're trying to contact me, you know, I don't know what you want. I don't know why all of a sudden you're coming to me, but, you know, I hope that, you know, you find peace and blah, blah, blah. After that, the phone call stopped. Yeah, that was creepy. Very weird. Very weird story. Yeah. You know, another creepy story too, I remember, and it ties into that. And I remember a memory when I went to the park at night near my uncle's property. I was walked to the park at night. I used to go there late at night, and I used to just, you know, chill there. And I also remember that specific night, I had gotten a phone call. That same phone call, hello, hello. No one said anything. And at that time too, I didn't know that there was a car that was parked near the park. And I don't think this person had a connection to the phone call, but I thought this was creepy because I felt this weird vibe. I'm like, okay, I need to get out of this park. Let me get up. So when I got up, the car, whoever was in the car turned on their engine, right? And I was like, what the hell? I'm like, okay, that's weird. I start going to the entrance, right? Because there's only one way out. And the car started going towards the entrance, slow driving. And I was like, and they had their headlights on, bro. And I was like, I looked at them like, I was like, yeah, do you need something? Like, they didn't say anything. They just stood in their car with the headlights on. And I literally walked, but I walked a different way because I was like, I'm not going to walk to my uncle's house because they might know, you know what I mean? People be weird. So I'm like, let me go another direction. But anyway, I went the other direction. And then when I came back around, the car left. But that was creepy too. I was like, what the fuck was that? Because why would you park? Then you go right to the entrance when I'm leaving, and you don't move. You have the headlights on. You're in your car. I'm thinking, what's wrong with you? Like, you help to. You should have screamed loudly. Um, I don't know. I wasn't fearful. Like, I wasn't scared. I was creeped out, but I wasn't scared. I wasn't like, oh, I need to scream. But I definitely was like, what? Why is that? Like, that was weird. That was a very weird situation. And I think because I had just gotten up, that was around 2:12, 1 in the morning. I had gone to the park really late, and I got that phone call. And then after that, I'm like, okay, let me just leave because I just got like a weird vibe being there. And then that's when like the car turned on, and I was like, okay, it's weird. Yeah, but I don't know the reason why he like tried to reach out. The reason why it was confusing to me is because me and him were never really close. I was only at that school for a few months, and then I ended up leaving. And yeah, we kept kind of in contact through Facebook, but it was just very acquaintance, and we were not really friends. And then we stopped talking. And then I remember, I didn't think about him, right? You just move on with your life. You grow up, high school, go to college. And then I'm like, why am I thinking about this person? It was so weird. But yeah, 2024 was very weird. It was a very weird year for me. Like, very, very weird. And we're protected by the universe. Yeah, 2024, like I have, oh my goodness, I even knew like some weird, it's crazy. I'm remembering certain people now from 2024, and I'm like, they were so creepy. Like, I remember there was a point where like I don't know how this happened. And these were actually followers on my YouTube channel that were following me on my social media. They were getting readings from me. And two particular people that I blocked, that they're not on my channel anymore. That same year, around that same time, they were wanting to get readings on selling their soul. And I was like, what the heck? It was so creepy. There was this one girl, and she might still stalk me because I have a lot of stalkers, believe it or not. Child, I have stalkery stories. But this one girl, she was used to be on my channel. She used to comment on my videos, and she wanted to be in the music industry. And she was like, I want to sell my soul. And I was like, she wanted me to do a reading on it. And then she's like, you should sell your soul too. That's what she told, bro. When I tell you 2024 was so weird, like I was just like, and then there's this one guy too that like wanted to do like a love working on his girlfriend, and he ended up making a, bro. The thing is, what people do, and it comes to spirituality, the levels they go to. This guy literally asked me, should I make a blood pact to get my girlfriend back? I said, don't do that. He literally sent me photos of him cutting his hand and making a pact. Like, what the heck? Bro, 2024 was so weird. Like, it almost feels like I was dealing with like schizophrenic people. Like, and that's no shade of schizophrenic people, but I don't. When I heard about Rihanna recently, when that girl tried to shoot her mansion, it reminded me of a story of someone that I knew personally that was crazy like that. And that's why I'm like, I don't mess with people that are like into demonic pacts, schizophrenic. Sorry, I don't fuck with that. They are, and it's crazy because the guy that did that, he was from Virginia. He was like a white hillbilly guy. Like, you would never think that he would be into that. Hi, Michelle. How are you? It was crazy. Yeah, it was weird. Like, and the girl was like, she wanted to be in the music industry so badly, and she literally made a pact. She's like, yeah, I made a pact, and It was so weird. And that was around the same time like I started hearing, that the guy was calling me that number who was like my deceased friend. I was like, I'm good. We're just talking about crazy stories. Yeah, but his name was Julio, and Julio, yeah, that was very creepy when he was. I'm like, that had to be him. I know it sounds crazy, but it's like, why would you think of someone randomly and then you find out they die, and all of a sudden you start getting these random phone calls from the area code that they lived at, and then you say a prayer for them and then the calls stop. I used to not believe in y'all. I used to not really believe in like mediums and dead people. Like I do believe like yes, there is a spiritual realm, but I never thought that the dead or people that have deceased could actually physically manifest to come towards you. I didn't believe in that because I'm like, oh, they're in a different realm. They can't do anything. So that's why I don't really believe like when it comes to mediumships, I'm very weary about it. The reason why now I do believe there are people that have the gift of talking to spirits, yes, but I iffy about whether that spirit is the deceased loved one or if it's a demonic spirit. Because people don't know trickster monitoring spirits. Think of a monitoring spirit like a stalker of yours. Someone who stalks you is going to know everything about you, right? They're going to know where you live. They're going to know what your favorite color is, where you go on this place, what you do here. They know everything about you. And that's how it is spiritually. There's monitoring spirits. And what they do is they'll disguise themselves as your loved one to trick you because they know you're vulnerable. If let's just say your mom passed away and now you want to connect to her, you're vulnerable, you're weak, right? Because and I don't want to say weak in a harsh way, but you're in a vulnerable state. And what these spirits do is they will manipulate it and they'll give that person information. And you're like, well, how do they know that? Because monitoring spirits are around every single person. Yeah, desperation. Yeah, exactly. They're desperate, they're vulnerable, they're sad, they're depressed, they're low vibration, right? They're usually when people get and this is the truth. When people get divination readings, they're usually in a lower vibration. It's very rare for somebody to be in a high vibration to get divination readings. Because if everything's going good in their life, why do you need a reading? But especially mediumship, obviously, because it's dead, right? They're sad, they miss them, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, you just got to be careful. But yeah, monitoring spirits, they know everything. They know you, Michelle. They know where you live. They know exactly what you're doing. They know what car you drive. They know what's your favorite meal. They know what you ate yesterday because they've always been there. And people don't realize that they're always around you everywhere. The spiritual realm is not only in one place, it's in every single corner of the earth, in your home, in your backyard, in your car. There's principalities everywhere. People don't think that. So these spirits see everything. So yeah, they can tell you, oh yeah, this person's cheating on you. They're cheating on you with this person, and they could tell you the names because they're watching. They're like, think about it like a stalker. A stalker watches you, they see everything. They're gonna know everything about you. And when these readers connect to these entities, they're connecting to these stalkers. Usually these spirits. See, but I used to not believe that people were earthbound. I used to think that either they're in another realm, whether it's hell or they're in a heaven like state. But after that experience, what I had with Julio and the other, I'm like, I questioned it now. But even then, if they're earthbound, that's not good because why are they stuck? If a spirit is earthbound, that's not positive. That's negative because it's like, why are they not able to move on? This is what I think. I believe that if a person is earthbound, they're in a spiritual realm, right? But they're also surrounded by these monitoring spirits that are around the earthbound spirits. And what the monitoring spirits do is they will, let's just say, this is what I believe. Let's just say you're earthbound and someone wants to connect to you. Let's just say you try to go to the light to connect. I feel like what happens is the monitoring spirits grab you, they hold you down, and they disguise themselves as you, and they go to that person to give them information. But it's not really the earthbound spirit that's speaking, it's the demonic spirit. Even with ancestors, people, you got to be careful when you say, oh, I'm going to call on my ancestors, because why would you call on earthbound spirits? Why would you call on human spirits who were not perfect? And you don't know if your ancestors were bad people. You know, your ancestors could have been slave owners. Your ancestors could have been murderers. Your ancestors could have been abusers. So people don't think that. And it's like if your ancestors are always around you, I don't think that's true because the only spirits that are always around you are monitoring spirits. I don't believe that your grandma, your mom, your dad is always around you. I don't believe that. No, I don't, because that means that they're not where they need to be. That means that they're stuck on earth. So when people say that, they say that to feed their ego and to make themselves feel better, but it's they're deluding themselves to delusions because it's not true. You know, and it sounds harsh, but no, your mom, your dad is not with you. They're not here anymore. Maybe when they first died, they could still be around you transitioning, but they don't stay here forever with you because they have to go into another realm. So when people say, oh, they're always with you, I don't think so. I think it's more so a sentiment, but they're not spiritually with you. No. They're away from you. They're in another realm. So but yeah, that's my thoughts. I mean, people have their different beliefs, you know. If you believe different, that's fine. I just think for me, like, it wouldn't make sense for you to die and then for you to still be here. That doesn't make sense to me. You either have to transition to another realm, whether that's a good realm or a negative realm, but you're in a different realm. You would not be here still. So I feel like if they are earthbound, that's not good. But I question, are they really earthbound or are those monitoring spirits? You know? So yeah, because if I was to die, I wouldn't want to be here. I wouldn't want to be with my loved ones. I want to go to another realm. I want to ascend. I don't want to stay here. You know, that's why you're not supposed to be here. Everything has an expiration date. It's like If your time is gone, you're not going to be here anymore. So yeah, but a lot of these readers too, they just don't know how to protect their energy, so they tap into these energies and they don't know what they're opening up. They don't know they might be talking to Lazarus. They might be talking to Beelzebub. They might be talking to a demon and they don't know it. And they're like, "Oh, but I could tell, I can discern." No, you can't, because at the end of the day, I don't care what anyone says. You are not more powerful than the spiritual realm. You might do all the protection work you want, but you still don't know what can come through, because you don't know if that entity that you think you're connecting to may not be that person, and you don't know what that entity has that could still come through. People don't realize, if I open my door, my house door, anything could come in my door, a leaf, a bug, a fly. Even if it's something small, still something can come through. But see, I feel like it doesn't even matter. I don't even think you could really protect your energy from the occult. I feel like you can't protect your energy from open portals. I think in some way it'll still come through in some way. Um, yeah. Like when I've seen these paranormal investigators, when they go to the cemeteries, they're like, "Oh, I protect myself," and they're dumbasses because they're going to a cemetery at night with cameras, and they think that saying a prayer is going to help them. No, baby, you don't realize that you probably brought home some demons with you. And it doesn't matter if they say, "Oh, I could cleanse myself." How do you know you got it off of you though? How are you so certain? You don't know. That's why I don't believe, like, even when people do Ouija boards, they say, "Oh, I closed it." No, you didn't. It's still there. So that's why it's very yeah, but I just think it doesn't matter. I think that yeah. My nana wouldn't let us. Yeah, Ouija boards are scary. I wouldn't mess with one. Mm. What I also think too, a lot of it too, is your level of like mental like state. Because if you do that but you don't have fear, yes, entity could still come through and it could still linger around you for a minute. But if you don't have fear, that entity will dissipate and leave. Oh, really? This is funny. Because I remember I downloaded this Spirit Box app, and I actually paid $5 on Google's Play Store. I don't know if y'all seen the thing where like you play it in like the little voice box, it repeats words, but it's like I thought it was some random shit. Anyways, I told my friend about it. She's like, "Oh, I want to download it." She paid $5 for it, and she started using it, and started to have nightmares. Like she was having these weird dreams, and like she had dreamed that someone was trying to choke her, this man, and she didn't know why. And then I was like, girls, but when I did it though, it didn't. Nothing happened. Like I didn't. I only did it like 3 times. I don't know how many times that she used it, but nothing happened with me. I didn't feel anything. I didn't notice anything changed. But even if something did come through, I didn't really care. I didn't fear it. I wasn't thinking like, oh, this is like, you know what I mean? So I also feel like those entities, they feed on your energy. It's because you give them that power or fear. You know, it wasn't a Ouija board, but it was kind of like a spirit voice box thing. But but yeah, Ouija board, I would never play the Ouija board. Ouija boards are to me like that's like crazy. Yeah. See, I really think that was bullshit because nothing like I asked it questions. It was very random words. It would say if I asked it, for example, if I said, "Hey, uh, if I asked it, hey, what's your name?" It would say red shoes, some random, some random word, right? So I just, I just used it for 3 times. Like, okay, this shit's fake, so whatever. But when she used it, I don't know what her answers, what she got, but she basically said that she had weird dreams, and I was like, yeah, like I was like, this is fake. Like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You ask it a question and it just there's random stuff. It's like, uh, yeah, that's why I'm like, yes, it'll say stairs, water. It'll just say random stuff like you would ask, is this guy good for me? It would say cupcake. Like it would be so random. Like how does this person feel about me? Blue sky. I'm like, okay, this shit's fake. Lake. Yep. All right, Exilla, you have a great night. Take care. Yeah, those things were fake, and I was just like, ciao. But you know who I actually watch? Who I like their paranormal, their voice box sessions. It's Cody ITC. Now I don't know if it's legit because the I don't know because the voices sound so clear. People are like, oh, he someone's behind the box that's just responding to him, but I don't know. It'd be kind of creepy what comes through those boxes. So I don't know. Candace, she sounds familiar. Candace Starr. Is she this white lady? It sounds familiar. Candace Starr. Okay, yeah, I think I know who it is. There was this one, I don't remember her name, but I remember when Gypsy got out of prison, it was a big deal. And people were doing voice boxes on Dee Dee to see, oh, how did Dee Dee feel about her? And it was just interesting. Yeah, that case creeps me out. Dee Dee Blanchard and Gypsy Rose, like, that's just crazy. Okay, that's who then I watched. It had to be her, yes. Because I'm like, okay. Was she the one that said Dee Dee was innocent or Dee Dee wasn't a bad mom that Gypsy lied? I mean, yeah, that Gypsy lied about her chaining her to the bed. Like, was that her or was that someone else? But I wouldn't be surprised. Gypsy was a liar because Gypsy ended up, she lied about something of, oh, she was like, she told the news, she's like, yeah, like when Nicholas was saying that when they had a child, like he wanted to touch, do inappropriate things with her child. And she was like, yeah, when he told me that, I was disgusted. But then you see video footage and she knew about that. And she was like, yeah, like going along with what he was saying. She was a pathological liar, but just like her mother, they were just, that's why I don't really, Gypsy, I don't know. I don't really care for her. I think she's a liar, to be honest. I think everything she says is a lie, and I just don't trust anything she says. But I mean, that's just how she was raised. That's just her mother created her to be that way, you know? Yeah, Candace called her out. Yes, okay, that's her then. I'm like, yeah, that has to be okay, Candace, yes. Yeah, I question that because I don't know, because why would Dee Dee like chain her to the bed? Like that's crazy. But I mean it's possible, but it's like we'll never know because at the end of the day, she's dead, and it's like, well, Gypsy can say whatever she wants, and it's like no one's gonna really know what's true and what's not because Dee Dee's dead. So, so it's like she can say what she wants. Just like with the Cesar Chavez allegations, like why did that lady take so much time to say anything now? Like almost what 60 years later. And who knows if everything, if it, what, who knows if what everything she's saying is the truth? What if she's not telling the full truth? But people will never know that because he's dead. He can't say anything. He can't confirm it or deny it. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not saying that any abuse victim is a liar or like they're lying, but Sometimes there will be ones that will fabricate things, or they'll make it more than what it was. They'll add things to make more drama. But I'm not like shaming abuse victims, like, oh, they're liars. No, but I feel like sometimes some people want money and they will make allegations. Just like with Michael Jackson, oh, he touched kids. No, he didn't. And then recently with his biopic, did you hear about friends of him or something? We made allegations. Oh, he was not, like, why would you do that now? What it doesn't make sense to me is if you're being abused, and I know people, oh, I have fear, but it's more suspicious to me if you don't say, why do you wait so long to say it? You know what I mean? Especially if they've been dead, they're not alive anymore. So it's like, why do you wait so many years later? It's not like they can come after you. It's not like they could, you know what I mean? I don't know. But who knows? Yeah, like why now? Like why now that you're an old lady? You're girl, you're 94 years old. Like, so I would think you probably want some money. You want something, because think about it. She's gonna go to what, probably to take legal matters, and then she's gonna get compensated. So especially when it's public figures and it's like someone who's famous. Let's be real. Like, if anyone comes out with something, they know they're going to get attention. They know they're going to be on the news. They know that they're going to get, you know, they know that. So it's like, they're not stupid. They know, if they tell, oh, for example, oh, Michael Jackson touched me. I could make an allegation right now and it'll make news. Oh, this person said, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think when it comes to celebrities doing certain, people claiming celebrities molesting them, I feel like it's kind of like, yeah, there could be truth to that. Of course, molesters can be anyone. You could be, you know, a a rapist, right? A grape. But people kind of also know, if they make that allegation towards that person, they know they're going to be on the media. They know they're going to get, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's a strategy too. Like, because why couldn't you do it in private? They know, though, if they say something, that's going to go public, and that's why with political or celebrity figures, anything that you say against them will always make the media, because they're celebrities. Just like with Tiger Woods, he got in a DUI, that his car rolled over. If it was someone else, no one would care. If it was a random person, you know? You know how many cars slip over every day and no one even says anything? So what does that tell us about our society? Like, so it means that if someone dies, it's only more of a big deal because of this person. It's just kind of interesting. So like, what's tomorrow going to happen, So, yeah. Or like when Britney Spears was, Wasn't she arrested for DUI? And it's like, oh my gosh. But it's like, girl, Britney Spears has already been arrested before. And and then they exaggerated. Oh, she was like, oh my gosh. And it's like, girl, it wasn't even that bad. But people, the media twist it. And because it's Britney Spears, oh my God, Britney Spears, a DUI. Like no one's ever gotten a DUI before. And people fall for it. And then that's like, I wonder why people be shocked that people die. It's like, we're all gonna die. If you really think about it, like every day we're closer to dying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone is gonna die. So, I don't know. And dying, you gotta die of something. Not everybody's gonna die in old age. Not everybody's gonna pass away peacefully or old. Some people will die young. Some people will, you know. But or like even with Nancy Guthrie, like don't get me wrong, that's sad that she's missing, but yeah, I heard about that. He passed the breathalyzer. Yeah. Boy, you trying to tell me something? I'm dying. I just can't believe it. Oh yeah, with Nancy Guthrie, like yeah, I mean it's sad, but it's like people go kidnapped every day, and no one even knows about it. You know what I mean? It's just like right now, think about it, as we speak, someone is either getting kidnapped or is planning to be kidnapped as we speak right now, and people probably won't even know about it. So, like literally, right now as we speak, someone's getting kidnapped, somebody is getting murdered, or they're going to, and life still goes on. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't know. Yep. This. It's true. Hey, how are you? I'm I'm doing good. How are you? But yeah, but Shally, you make me laugh. Shally, you're funny. That's good. Yeah, I worked late today. I didn't get off till like almost 9 o'clock. So you're good. That's good. Hmm. No, it was because I was gonna get off at like 5, but one of my coworkers called in sick for their shift. So yeah. Do 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 do. I was gonna ask you how the weather is. It's hot here too. It's pretty hot here as well. Yeah, my friend in Vegas, child, it's hot in Vegas too. Have you been to Vegas though? Because I know Arizona's close to Nevada, but y'all probably have the same weather. Huh? The heat is probably different from California. Because when I went to Vegas, child, it was horrible. All right, y'all. I think I'm about to get off because I need to go. It's 11. Man, it's 11:52 already. Child, man. I need to take a shower. Yeah, I don't really like Vegas. I'm gonna be honest. I went twice. I went to go see my friend. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like seeing my friend, it was fun, but Vegas is not glitz and glamour. Like, it's very hot. The only nice place is the strip, but outside of the strip, it's ugly. There's a lot of crackheads in Vegas, a lot of weird people. Vegas is it's dangerous, to be honest. It's dirty, yes. It's very dirty. Um, the people are different from California. Like Vegas, people are very superficial. Um, it's a different vibe from California. Am I visible? No, what did you say? You might be being filtered, honestly. Yeah, I said hello, but maybe you typed something else. I don't know. Vishali. Oh, I did not see your comment about war, child. I don't want to talk about war right now. Yeah, the best. I don't want to talk about war, bro. But when will it end? I remember. You know what's crazy? Because I made like a little video of saying that like the war would. Okay, so I feel like this war that we have going on, it's gonna. It's not really gonna end. Like it's gonna stop for a minute, and then it's gonna continue again. But the date that I saw that it was going to stop for a bit was, and I said that in my video around April 9th. So I said between March 20th or 21st to April 9th that there would be like a negotiation. But even then, like it doesn't, it's gonna continue down the line. You know what I mean? It's gonna stop for a bit, but then it will continue. And the reason why I said that is because retrograde um ended March 20th, but it still stays in a pre-shadow until April 9th. So that's when things should start to calm down. Your birthday's April 8th. Oh, okay. So you're in Aries. Happy birthday. Yeah, but that's what I feel like. I feel like that's a time frame. The reason why, because of pre-retrograde shadow will end on April 9th. So it has, Vasali. I'm not gonna lie. March has been a weird month. I don't know, child. And it's gone by fast because I was just thinking today, we're already gonna be in June. Summer is around the corner and I don't like it. Yeah, it really has. I don't know. Like last year seemed, you know what? If I look back at the last 2 years, 2024 seemed better. 2025 was eh. But now this year it feels weird. It just feels like things are like, I don't know. It's just like things feel like accelerated, but it feels like it's like a weird acceleration. There was a hailstorm in the summer and raining too. Yeah. Yeah. The weather's weird. Everything's weird. I feel like we're gonna have hurricane season. When is hurricane season? I just feel like it's gonna come sooner than the expected date. Same speedings. Yeah, it's like a weird energy. It's like everything's speeding, but it doesn't. I don't know. Do y'all? This is how I kind of feel about the world. I just kind of feel like desensitized to things going on in the world. Like it's like, oh, this happened. Oh, this happened. But it kind of feels like it's like you don't have time to process it. It's just like, okay, all right. Yes, Vasali, that's true. Like certain days feels like it's moving slow. And then certain days it's like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Oh, your birthday came up, Vasali, huh? Wasn't it your birthday recently? Because I know you're a Pisces. Probably. Oh wow. My goodness. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. I'm seeing some predictions on the announcement this weekend. The announcement of what particular him coming to the United States. Yes. Sally's my Pisces. I love Aries. Aries are cool. His death this weekend? I hope not. You think so? You think Aries are cool? Oh, Vasali, I care. Like, I really care. I remember y'all. I remember y'all's birthdays. I remember you guys. Mine is September. No, mine is August. August 29th. Mine is the end of August. It's closer to September. But I'm a Virgo, so you got that right. No, you're good. It's okay. Yeah, I'm a Virgo. But yeah, Patricia, I do think he will pass away, but I don't know exactly if it's this weekend. Why this specific weekend? Why would it be like, the thing when people do death predictions, like I mean, that's very like, I don't know. It's hard to tell you exactly what day someone's gonna die. You know what I mean? Um, he will die, but I don't know about this weekend particularly. That sounds terrible, right? Oh, he'll die, but yeah, I remember. Speaking about deaths, I remember Hulk Hogan when he passed away. I remember when I did that video, I done a video the day before he passed away. I'm like, I feel like Hulk Hogan or someone around him will pass away. And then the next day he passed away. But I didn't say the timing. Death is hard to predict the date of a death because, that's hard. And in the day, no one is God. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of times we'll say, oh, it's going to happen on this day. It usually doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like death is very, I don't know. I think when people do that, they're kind of crossing a spiritual fire. They just got to be careful about what they do because I don't know. Is Princess Diana watching all these? She probably is on my live. Hi, Princess Diana. Me too. My brother was Obsessed. Yeah, you got that right. Obsessed with what? Death or? Oh, Hulk Hogan. Yes. That was so unexpected. But no, I'm not trying to claim that, but I'm just saying, like, you just don't know death. Like, death could happen anytime, you know? It's like when people say, oh, give a specific day, it's like, how many times will people, how much, okay, so if I say someone's going to die tomorrow, Tuesday, or tomorrow, it's like, and what if they don't die tomorrow? Like, that's why just death is hard to do that. And it's like, you don't, at the end of the day, you don't really know because you're not God. Yeah, that's why there's certain people, like, I don't know, like, I don't ever claim to be all knowing. Like, you know, like when people claim to be God in people's lives, it's like, you just got to be careful. Do you actually know we have 13 months and not 12? Yeah, I actually know about that. Yeah. Cause I don't know, it's kind of weird seeing people like, oh, this person's gonna die, and then they like, it's almost like they want this to happen so they could take credit for saying that this person died on this time frame. It's kind of weird to me, to be honest. I feel like that's weird. You know, if they die when they're gonna die. If they die tomorrow, that's when they're supposed to die. If they die Monday, that's when they die. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's kind of weird when people put time dates, like a exact day on someone's death. For me, that's weird. Because if I was watching that and someone was trying to say, "Oh, I'm gonna die," I would be like, "Bitch, I would sue you." Like, what the hell are you saying? Like, yeah, like it's tricky. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just, I feel like if you get something, if you have a strong feeling someone's gonna die, yeah, like, you know. But if you say, "Oh, it's gonna happen on this day, on this time," like, most of the time it won't happen on that day. And it's like, why would you try to put a date on someone's death? It's almost like you're expecting them to die at that day. It's almost like you want them to die, you know? It kind of seems unethical. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think it's weird because, oh, they're gonna die on March 29th at 9 a.m. Like, and if they do, still that's kind of like, so you were anticipating their death? Like, that's weird. I don't know, no tea, no shade, but that's just not my style. That's true. That's true, Vishali. That is true. Like there was this one lady, oh my goodness, she was on TikTok and oh, like the ones that say, oh, she's okay, she's like Trump is gonna die on in March. Oh, Trump is gonna die. She said he's gonna die in March 20 something and he's gonna die of a heart attack. It's just like, what the fuck? And then people really believe it. You know what's so crazy? And I'm gonna be really honest with you. A lot of these, I'm not speaking about anyone particular, but a lot of times, a lot of people like to be told what they want to hear. And when a lot of people, like I said, don't like Trump. So any, you know, if they don't like Trump, everything Trump does is going to be bad, right? And it's like they're saying, oh, he's going to die this, but then he doesn't. But I'm thinking she put a time frame on it. Girl, he's still here. You know what I mean? And it's just like, but then it's like people believe it. And then they hype these people up. And these people not really, they're bullshitting a lot of you guys too. They're not even really telling you the truth. They're trend going what's going on. Yeah. And people believe it. And those people have so many followers. They have so much viewers. And girl, you hear them, they talk like, and I don't even watch none of these people on YouTube, like any readers. I don't, like I said, I do my own thing, but on TikTok, I have seen videos and I've seen these type of people that do that. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Clickbaiting, and people believe it. They believe it. Hmm. You can't be gullible, guys. You have to, you have to like trust yourself too, because not everything someone says comes from a pure place. Rather than keep asking about some other personal life. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, like there was this lady on a TikTok, and she was like an alien communicator, and she said that on this was last year. She's like, oh, on November 11th, there's going to be an alien invasion in California. Bruh. And I knew when I saw her video, she's full of shit. But people, oh, they were like, it's so interesting how it's just interesting how the human mind is and how like gullible people are. And a lot of people are easy to trick. You learn that, like, okay, these people are smart because and the thing is, they sound so convincing when they say it. That's another thing. People look at aesthetic and how convincing it is. If you say it in a very convincing way, it's believable. And it's just like aliens are going to invade California on November 11th. Okay, November 11th comes, didn't happen. Yeah, but that's the thing. But they like those type of people, but they don't like people that tell the truth. A lot of people say they like the truth. They don't like to hear the truth. They don't like to hear the truth. They just want to hear what they want to hear or what's trending. But if you tell them the truth, they don't like to hear the truth. And then I'm gonna be really, really real with y'all. A lot of these bigger people are not even that good, and they probably steal content from the smaller creators. And because they have a bigger following, they're going to pay attention more to the person that has more followers. They're not going to really pay attention to a smaller channel. That's the reality. And you could be more skilled at something, let's say you're starting a channel, right? And let's say you're starting a channel and you want to start baking cakes. And let's say you're a very good baker. And let's say someone that has 12 200,000 followers, the baker sees your content, and now the baker takes your idea. Who are people going to believe? The baker with the more followers or the baker with the small channel? Y'all got to pay attention to that too. It's all about popularity. It's not really about your skills. It's about that, you know? People think just because someone has a lot of followers, oh, that they have to be this or they have to do this. It's like, no, but they don't really look at it and be like, The time when they said like and subscribe, like share every damn time is when they all. Hey, I say that in my videos, but I just tell people if you want to. I say, hey, if you want to like, you want to share, you can share it. You don't have to subscribe. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. There are some that do promote, that just want to promote what they do. That's true. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I say that too, but I don't mean it to like get people. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, yeah, that's true. And I noticed too, like, there's some like content creators on TikTok that I've seen that I'm like, I feel like they're only saying certain things to please their audience because they don't, because if they say what is really the truth, they're afraid that they'll lose their subscribers. You know? Oh, I know. But it's no, what you're saying is true. Like I have noticed that. But that's what it's unfortunate. When you have, like I said, when you have a bigger platform, people are gonna listen to you more to that person than they would listen to someone that doesn't have a big platform because they automatically think, oh, this person has a lot of followers. They must know what they're doing. And this person, other person, it's just very interesting how that works. How people, like I said, they don't even, it might even be subconscious. Like if you see a channel that's creating cakes, right, and the channel only has 53 subscribers, that channel could make very good cakes, but you're going to more likely be subscribed to the channel that has 100 million subscribers, and the cakes might not even be that good. Why? Because you're like, oh, well, they have a bigger number, so it must be good. Yeah, me too. I might go to sleep. It's 12:20, child. I need to go to sleep, honestly. Nobody can taste it. That's true. You can make a bad cake, but if it looks good, hey. Alrighty, good night. Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep too because I need to get up early. So, alrighty, good night, Michelle. Good night, Basali. And good night to all the people that were watching and just not say anything. Good night. Good night. And good night, stalkers. Alrighty, y'all. I'll see you guys later.